It's been a year and a half since Will Smith's entire career and reputation changed in a heartbeat, in a moment when he went on stage and slapped Chris Rock across the face at the Oscars in front of the entire world, all over a joke about Jada Pinkett Smith. But it was really the aftermath of this entire situation which left Will Smith embarrassed. It wasn't just the slap. It was everything that came out as a result of that. Jada Pinkett Smith and her entanglement with someone who was the age of her son. Jada Pinkett Smith continuously embarrassing him time and time again about everything involving their marriage. Well, now here we are. Jada Pinkett Smith has a book she wants to sell, and she decided the best way to do that would maybe to be embarrass Will Smith even more. Will Smith's Oscar slap takes wild turn from Jada Pinkett Smith. A few days ago, when she again went out on a tour to try to sell a book, she revealed something about Will and her relationship that apparently has been going on for the past 7 years, and that's that they have been separated for 7 years. Jada Pinkett Smith revealed she and Will Smith have lived separate lives since 2016. The amount of embarrassment and shame that she directly has put Will Smith through is insane. I don't care what it costs, Will. You need to divorce this bitch. You need to get as far away from her as you possibly can. I don't care if it costs you half your money. It does not matter. It is worth it in the long run to separate yourself as far away from her as humanly possible. And she continues to take no responsibility whatsoever for anything that happened. She said she was confused when Will Smith had used the word wife. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. She is the one who clearly looked at Will. Will was laughing until she glared at him over the comments that Chris Rock made. And now more of these tell-all interviews are coming out with more embarrassing stuff for Will Smith directly, including Jada Pinkett Smith calling the dead Tupac Shakur her soulmate. How much lower can you get as a human being? But while you're still in a marriage with this dude, even if you're living separate lives, say that, you know what, this other person is really my soulmate. I really settled when I decided to marry Will Smith. And of course, now we have some revisionist history from Jada Pinkett Smith saying she had no idea that he even hit Chris Rock when it happened. Jada Pinkett Smith didn't realize Will Smith hit Chris Rock until she was told he's not going to press charges. Nobody fucking believes you. The broadcast began with an image of Pinkett Smith's husband, Will Smith, hitting Chris Rock during the 2022 Oscars, and Pinkett Smith's voicing her disbelief. The moment said, quote, I looked at Will and I said, you hit Chris? With her physically appearing on screen while speaking the words, like you actually hit Chris? And he's like, yeah. More images of the slap heard around the world played before teasing the previously shared bombshells that she and Will Smith have lived separate lives since 2016 and that Chris Rock asked her out at one point. When the special finally kicks off, it's with Jada Pinkett Smith at her old high school, Baltimore School for the Arts. But it's not long before another famous man in her life, Tupac, whom she met while both were students, becomes the center of attention. Describing Tupac as charismatic with a beautiful smile and a little peanut head, she talked about them being soulmates, even if they didn't have too much chemistry. Even if they've been living separate lives since 2016, it hasn't stopped Jada Pinkett Smith from continuously embarrassing Will. Maybe a lot of this was easily explained earlier. A couple of years ago, this viral moment where she said, I was terrified. I didn't want to get married to you. It was horrible. I hated it.
So upset that I had to have a wedding. Yeah. I was so pissed. I went crying down the freaking aisle.
Oh, getting married.
Married. Cried the whole way.
The kids that Jada Pinkett Smith has taught the children to have no respect for Will Smith whatsoever. She hated the fact that she was getting married, while as Will was happy because all he thought about was a family and getting married and raising kids.
Wouldn't cope. Because she was sick. She didn't cooperate with
We were 6 months.
Conversely, Smith was positively giddy about the ceremony and always had dreams of marriage and family.
Life that I wanted anything other than being married and having a family.
Wow.
Hey, look at what his child thinks about that. What a fucking loser you are, Dad. I'm with Mom in this entire scenario. This is so embarrassing. This bitch can't stop. Will, you need to get away from this fucking monster who will do anything. Even after sinking your career because of all this stuff that happened. She played a big role in that. Will Smith made the decision himself. He's the one that slapped Chris. But it's Jada Pinkett Smith that is really the center of all of this. Doesn't matter how much it costs. Get as far away from this bitch as you possibly can. She's continuing to embarrass him, all to sell a book. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.